Want to lose weight, move better, and have more energy, not just this month, but for 20 to 40 years from now? Strength is the foundation. Whether your goal is to feel lighter, keep up with life, or stay independent as you age, building muscle isn't optional, it's the game changer.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jess. I'm a physical therapist, and I've been obsessed with longevity for the past 20 years and helping people get the most out of their bodies. So today, I'm going to be breaking down how to set and reach strength goals. That's going to work for your lifestyle, not only now, but for years to come. So stay tuned to the end so that you'll be able to know exactly how to make a SMART goal, and you'll be able to implement the strategies to get those goals reached. When setting strength goals for the first time, the most common mistake that people make is chasing intensity over consistency. And that's where we're going to really want to be realistic about not every workout has to be a max all-out workout. So you want to train smarter, not harder.
The foundation for strength gains is setting goals that actually work for you. So step one is to set SMART goals. That's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. So instead of saying, I want to get stronger, try, I want to be able to do 10 push-ups in 6 weeks.
Why does this work? Studies show that people that use this type of goal setting are up to 90% more likely to achieve their goals and stay consistent. The other part where people have a tendency to go wrong when they're setting strength-related goals is they forget that there's two types of muscle groups. So we have the muscle groups that we call global muscles. So these are the ones that we see. So biceps, think picking things up, squats, being able to move your body in space. However, they forget that we really need to train all of our muscles. So that includes our stabilizing muscles as well. These are the muscles that support our joints. So when we really want to have healthy longevity with joints that are nice and strong, we've got to work these smaller muscles. The easiest way to show this is if I want to be strong globally, let's say overhead press, I also need to make sure that I'm strong centrally. So what that means is that my rotator cuff and my mid-back stabilizers need to create that foundation that I can push from when I'm going into that overhead press. So that's how we're going to set goals, thinking about our whole body and not just the big parts. So when setting goals, you really want to make sure that you've got goals for the global muscles, but then goals for your stabilizing muscles. So the goals for the global muscles are usually going to be related to how much weight can I push, how many sets can I do, things like that. Whereas the stabilizing muscles, that's usually going to be like how long can I hold this position? For example, a plank. And so separating those out will keep it nice and clean. So now that you set those goals, how do you actually achieve them? Well, this is going to be called progressive overload. So all that means is that you're going to be changing something in the exercises that you're doing. So you're going to increase duration of time that you do something. You're going to increase reps or weight, but you're not going to be doing all three at once. You're going to do one at a time so that your body can accommodate to the increased work. And that's going to help you slowly get to that goal, but in an achievable way.
What this looks like for stabilizing muscles would be to start with a modified plank, build that to a full plank, and then add that dynamic portion for a shoulder tap. And for the global muscles, you can start with just body weight with a squat, then you can add a light dumbbell, and then you can also get dynamic with adding a kettlebell swing.
So why does progressive overload really work? Well, what you're doing is you're signaling to your body that you want it to adapt and grow stronger. By each new thing that you place onto it, your body will rise to the occasion, and that's how you're going to get those goals met in an achievable way. Final step to achieving your goals is making sure to prioritize recovery. So when you're working out, you're actually breaking the muscles down. So the true strength gains happen when the muscle comes in and repairs. And so when does that happen? While you sleep. So being able to prioritize sleep is going to be huge. And the active recovery days that you need. So think days where you take a walk or a light jog, do yoga, adding some meditation. All of this is going to be great for circulation and blood flow because all of those repair cells are delivered in our circulatory system. And you're going to want to make sure to prioritize that anti-inflammatory diet to make sure that you're not getting too much inflammation, which is going to slow everything down. So the real answer is, if you want to hit those strength gains, yeah, you want to have those goals set. You want to have your days that you're training, and active recovery is going to be hugely beneficial to keep you on that path towards success.
Now I'm going to give you an example of what a weekly strength plan would look like. So a well-balanced strength week is going to combine global strength and stabilizing work to keep you strong, mobile, and injury-free. So on Mondays, you could start with upper body and core stability. So for global strength, that looks like push-ups, rows with dumbbells, bicep curls into an overhead press. Now the stabilizing work is going to include front planks, bird dogs, and then side plank with shoulder external rotation. Wednesday is going to combine lower body and hip stability. The global strength is going to include squats, glute bridges, and lunges. The stabilizing work would be single leg balance, side plank with a clamshell. Finally, Friday is going to be full body with anti-rotation and core control. So for the global strength, you're doing some deadlifts, Turkish get-ups, and then a farmer's carry. For the stabilizing work, you're going to work on static lunge with single arm overhead for obliques, glute march, and supine toe taps. Each session should take about 30 to 45 minutes. Add in a little bit of cardio, some stretching, and focus on recovery, and now you've got a plan that supports your entire body, not just the parts that you see in the mirror. Keep track and write down your progress. That way you stay accountable and you're always looking forward to the next goal.
Gaining strength is like compound interest. Small, consistent deposits over time lead to great results. If this gave you clarity or motivation to keep going, hit the like button. That helps YouTube know to send this to more people like you. And if you want some more support in staying accountable and writing these goals down, I've got a link in the description below for a free PDF. So make sure to check out this next video on functional strengthening to help keep you motivated and learning more.